today's matchup between Florida National University and your very own Trinity Baptist College Eagles. Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for providing us with a beautiful day to play baseball, Lord. Please bless each team on the field and let them glorify you in all that they say and do. In your name I pray, amen. Now for the starting lineup for the away team. Batting first, playing center field, number 6, David Sarmiento. Batting second, playing second base, number 3, Juan Carlos Rodriguez. Batting third, playing first base, number 21, Jorge Carrero. Batting fourth, playing catcher, number 7, Stephen Perez Palazzo. Batting fifth, designated hitter, number 42, Raymond Mendez. Batting sixth, playing right field, number 22, Ezekiel Valdez. Batting seventh, playing third base, number 5, Jorge Hernandez. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, number 10, Jaziel Perez. Batting ninth, playing left field, number 17, Sergio Rivas. Pitcher number 30, Jose Zamora. Now for your Eagles. Batting first, playing Slub Albritton. Batting fifth, playing left field, number 28, David Quevedo. Batting sixth, playing second base, number 2, Jaron Sweeney. Batting seventh, playing first base, number 14, Lane Fry. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, number 11, Mark Rogers. Batting ninth, catching, number 19, Jordan Almodovar. And your pitcher, number 32, Jacob Burr. Please stand for the national anthem and remove your caps.
Singing today's national anthem is my daughter, Sydney, who is a junior at the Douglas Anderson School for the Arts.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the realms we watched were so gallantly streaming. The bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the campus of Trinity Baptist College, the home of the Eagles. Thank you to the gentleman helping me out there. The wind blew the hat off during the national anthem as it's gusting at about 15 to 20 miles per hour toward the left field corner, so it will aid a well-hit ball down the left field line and might hold up one the other way in right field. I'm Ray Bureau, Dean Bureau, our cameraman. It is senior day here at Trinity Baptist College. The lone senior on the team, center fielder Brian Lopez, had a brief ceremony just a few minutes ago. In case you missed it, Dean recorded that on his iPhone, and I do plan to post that on the TBC Eagles Facebook page and TBC Eagles YouTube page later on tonight. That'll be on the TBC Eagles Baseball Facebook page as soon as possible later on tonight, barring any errors in the video or the upload. On the mound, you see freshman Jacob Burr. He of his 6 complete games, 7-4 overall on the season, a 4.09 earn a run average. This will be Jacob's 12th appearance, all starts. Again, 6 complete games, 66 innings pitched, 41 total runs, 30 of those earned. Burr has allowed 60 hits while walking only 17 men and striking out a very good rate of 64 in those 66 innings pitched. He will be opposed by Jose Zamora, whom we'll tell you about as the Eagles come to bat in the bottom half of the first. David Sarmiento, Giancarlos Rodriguez, Jorge Carrero make up the top third of the batting order for the Conquistadors. Steven Perez Colazo, Raymond Mendez, and Ezekiel Valdez, the middle third of the order. Jorge Hernandez, Yasiel Perez, and Sergio Rivas are the bottom three in the Conquistadors lineup, led by head coach Mr. Alfred Tito Carrillo Jr. in his and FNU Baseball's second season in existence. John Copeland leads the TBC Eagles in season number 5. He has been the head coach since the program began in 2015. Here's Jacob Burr on the mound, getting ready to throw his first pitch to Sarmiento, and the ball game is underway with a strike right down the middle. Glad you're able to join us here on TBC Eagles on YouTube. 2 7-inning ball games, about a half hour in between games. We'll bring them both to you. We'll be here all afternoon. No balls and a strike. Burr delivers and gets a strike on the outside corner. Jacob Burr had a tough first couple of appearances on the season, but fantastic. Gave up 2 earned runs in 7 innings last week in a tough luck loss to Dakota Falls. Here is the pitch, and the fastball misses outside. TBC swept NAIA Voorhees 3 straight, and then Toccoa came here last weekend and won all 3 games. Conquistadors 10-32 on the season. Trinity Baptist 16-29. Here's a 1-2, a ground ball towards second. Sweeney will field, gotta hurry in the dirt, but dug out by Fry on a nice play by the tall first baseman, and that is out number 1.
Number 3, Wong.
Nifty play by Austin Lane Fry, who has taken over as a starting first baseman in the past few weeks. He's done it offensively and defensively, and Burr gets the first man he faces. Here is Giancarlo Rodriguez. No stats in yesterday's incomplete ball game counts. The game did not go the required 5 innings. There's a line drive into center field. That's a base hit. Lopez will field it on 2 hops and get it back in. So 1 pitch and a base hit. First hit of the afternoon for either team. Rodriguez is aboard. So Rodriguez at 297 knocks that up a little bit more. Sarmiento 314 before that at bat on the ground out to the second baseman. Here is first baseman Jorge Carrero. He's batting .318, 4 home runs and 22 runs driven in, and a huge lead off first by Rodriguez. I'm talking huge. He is well off the bag. Not going on the first pitch, and it is in the dirt for ball 1. Rodriguez is 9 out of 10 in stolen base opportunities, and again, he is getting a huge lead. Jacob Burr has a couple of pickoffs this season, a very good move towards first base. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner not going, and the pitch is fouled off and out of play. So the count even at 1-1. Jordan Almodovar behind the plate, the battery mate of Jacob Burr. Lopez, the senior, in center field. David Cavedo in left, Christian Amlong in right. And we'll go through the infield after this pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rodriguez, another very big lead. Now to throw over to first. It's close, but the runner's back. Nick McAdon playing third. Mark Rogers at short. Jaron Sweeney at second. Austin Lane Fry is the first baseman. 1 out. Runner at first. Ball game just underway. Burr takes a long look back at the runner. Time called, so no pitch. That would have been ball 2. So actually a break for Jacob Burr as the count remains 1-1. Very different day weather-wise than we had yesterday. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. Almodovar throws to first, but Rodriguez is back in time. Yesterday we were around 80 degrees, very, very overcast, and of course the rain washed out the rest of the ball game. Right now we're sitting at about 70 degrees, if that much, on an extremely sunny Saturday afternoon. Runner bluffs, Almodovar throws down again. This one's a little closer, and Rodriguez just got back in time. The pitch called a strike, so it is 2-2 on Jorge Carrero. We said this many times, Almodovar loves to throw the ball. Rodriguez, though, not fazed by those two close plays at first. Here's a 2-2, Burr throws over. Good throw, but again, Rodriguez able to dive back in safely. Florida National was leading 2-1 while the Eagles were batting in the bottom of the fifth when the skies just opened up very quickly, very suddenly, and they were unable to finish that game. So nothing counts, score-wise or stat-wise. Here's a pitch in the dirt, gets away from Almodovar, and Rodriguez will trot into second base. So a wild pitch, charge to Jacob Burr. Carrero started to flinch for that one, but held up in time, and the count is full with a man in scoring position and one out. Macadon playing a little bit behind the bag, well off the line at third. Fry now, not worried about holding the runner, gets himself into good fielding position at first. Here's a 3-2, and this one is fouled straight back. So another payoff pitch coming from Jacob Burr. This is the final Saturday afternoon ball game for Trinity Baptist College, at least at home. Next Saturday, the Eagles are at Edward Waters College in downtown Jacksonville. Here's a 3-2. Line drive into right field. That's a base hit. Rodriguez had to hold up and make sure the line drive went through, so he will stop it. Consecutive hits by the Conquistadors have put runners at the corners with one out. Here's a catcher, Steven Perez Colazo. His father, Mr. Perez, has been here every time the Conquistadors have come to Jacksonville each of the past couple of years. Very nice gentleman. Does the filming for the Conquistadors as well, and now he has a chance to watch his son. He hopes anyway drive in the first run of the ball game. We can wait for your next games for them to score all the runs they want. Jacob Burr trying to get out of a one-out first and third jam. Macadon playing in at third. Middle infielders back trying for the double play. Here's a first pitch, and this one is down low for ball one. One ball, no strikes. Consecutive base hits to right from Rodriguez and Carrero. A wild pitch in the middle of that has put runners at the corners. Burr works from the stretch, and the 1-0. Line drive, that's a base hit. That will score Rodriguez. Amlong will cut it off. He loses his footing. That will easily allow a runner to go first to third. But Rodriguez, throwing the ball from his seat, is able to keep Perez Colazo at first base. All four batters so far have gone to right field. First one out. The next three base hits, and it's 1-0 Conquistadors. Carrero first to third. Perez Colazo now at first. Raymond Mendez at the plate. Still one man out. Perez Colazo at 250 coming into today's play. Just picked up his 18th RBI of the season. And Raymond Mendez is hitting 190, 2 homers, 7 runs driven in. Swing and a miss. A good lively fastball from Jacob Burr. And that is strike one. Well, if Burr gets in trouble, it's usually been early in the ball game, and all season long he's been able to settle in well afterward. Let's hope he can do it again starting now. Pitch is down in the dirt. Almodovar will not have a throw. Perez Colazo going on the pitch, so that's a stolen base, and now 2 men in scoring position with 1 out for Menendez, who has a count of 1-1. So now all 4 infielders playing in to at least hold the runner at third, maybe get a play at the plate if possible. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, and Burr delivers. Foul tip straight back. So the count of 1-2, and this would be huge if Burr can get strike 3 on Mendez. Count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. Wind not blowing quite as hard as yesterday, but when it gusts, again, it's 15-20. And here's the 1-2 from Burr, and this one is fouled away.
Good job, good cut.
Mendez able to get a piece on it. Looked for a moment like he was looking off speed and then made the adjustment to the fastball. That is not easy to do. Let's see if Burr tries to break one off here with 1 ball, 2 strikes on the hitter. From the stretch, and the pitch in the dirt, and Almodovar can't find it. 1 run will score. Another man racing around third. The throw to the plate is in time. Well, that goes as a second wild pitch on Jacob Burr. Jorge Carrero scores. Perez Collazo hustling, but Almodovar got on the ball and cut down the run on the same play. 2-1. Great job by Burr to cover. It's 2-0, but now 2 outs, and the bases are empty. Almodovar will now head out to the mound. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes on Mendez. Again now with the bases empty, infielders can back up, and Burr can wind up. That ball took a very funny hop on Almodovar. At first he couldn't find it. And then Carrero trying to go, Carrero scored. It was Perez Collazo trying to score from second on the wild pitch. He saw the opportunity. Have to credit the Eagles catcher for making the play when necessary. So now a count of 2-2. Burr winds and delivers a curveball. Does not get the call, and he takes a long look in at the umpire. Last week, Burr didn't get very many close calls at the plate. Now a payoff pitch, and this one fisted toward third. Macadon will field, throw to first in time, and that ends the inning. But a good start to the ball game for the Conquistadors. They get 2 runs on 3 hits. Nobody left. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Two runs in the first for Florida National University. An RBI single from Steven Perez Collazo scored the first run after Rodriguez hit his way aboard, and then a wild pitch that allowed Carrero to score from third. So 2-0 Conquistadors as we go to the bottom of the first. Center fielder Brian Lopez will lead off. Christian Amlong will bat second. He's in right. Nick Macadon at third. He will bat third. Caleb Albritton back in the lineup. He's a cleanup man. The designated hitter in game 1. David Cavedo in left will bat fifth. Jaron Sweeney will bat sixth. He's at second base. Austin Lane Fry at first base, batting seventh. Mark Rogers, the shortstop, will bat eighth. And the catcher, Jordan Almodovar, will bat ninth. They will face Jose Zamora, the Conquistadors pitcher. 1-5 on the season, an ERA of 7.32. This is his 14th appearance, 10th start overall, 35 2/3 innings pitched, 60 runs, but only 29 of those are earned. Zamora has allowed 55 hits. He has walked 34 and struck out 20. Brian Lopez, the senior, He does have one home game remaining next Friday afternoon at 3:30 against Edward Waters, and then the Eagles play 2 on Saturday at Ed Waters. First pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Sergio Rivas in left, David Sarmento in center, and Ezekiel Valdez, the right fielder, as this pitch misses up and away to even the count. Third baseman Jorge Hernandez, Yasiel Perez is at short, Giancarlos Rodriguez plays second, and Jorge Carrero is at first. The 1-1, curveball catches the inside corner, and Zamora's ahead 1-2. The catcher is Steven Perez Colazo. Behind the plate for Jose Zamora. Here's the 1-2 to Lopez. Line drive. That is going to be a base hit, and the Eagles get the first man of the afternoon on base. Ryan Lopez, you know very well, especially today, wants to get as many hits as he can in his final home doubleheader. He just got his first. Again, the Eagles do play here one more time next Friday afternoon at 3:30 against Ed Waters, and then Saturday's doubleheader is at J.P. Small Memorial Park in downtown Jacksonville, the home field of the Edward Waters Tigers. Here's a pitch to Amlog, and he takes it for a strike. Lopez comes in at 301, knocked that up a couple of points. That is his 35th hit of the season. No balls and a strike to Amlog, and he chops this foul, and he's down in count 0-2. Amlog batting .284, no homers, 14 runs driven in. Lopez, very good speed at first, 5 out of 5 in stolen base chances. He has also scored 34 runs. Check that, 21 runs. I was reading the hit column. Good speed on first and a nice lead by Lopez. Here's the 0-2, a breaking ball outside, and Zamora was trying to get the hitter to chase. That one never had the strike zone, and it's 1-2. Absolutely beautiful out here today. A little bit cool, but we'll take that. We're not far away from those upper 90-degree temperatures we get here in Jacksonville throughout the summer. Here's the 1-2. This one downstairs, and a nice block by Perez Colazo, keeping the runner at first base. Well, a one-out hit started the rally for Florida National a half inning ago. Eagles got the leadoff man aboard. And Amlog batting, nobody out, 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch, swing and a miss at a high fastball, and that's out number 1.
Number 7, Nick McAdon.
Nick McAdon at the plate. Lopez at first. 1 out. Big Mac at 309, no homers and 16 runs driven in. He's also scored 12 times. Lopez, very good lead off first, and the first pitch, breaking ball, and McAdon taking that one, looking for a good fastball to hit. Valdez is giving McAdon the right field line. If he can get it past the first baseman, Lopez can run a long time. Here's the 0-1, and that pitch missed a little bit high. McAdon, with that approach, looked like he was trying to go that way. He also has a lot of room on the ground as Rodriguez is playing close to the bag on the right side. Here's the 1-1, a breaking ball, hits the batter, and the Eagles have 2 men on with 1 out.
Number 33, Caleb Albritton.
So that breaking ball catches McAdon. And again, 2 on with 1 out for Caleb Albritton. Caleb is batting .290, 1 home run, 18 runs driven in. Eagles trail 2-0, a chance to cut that in half with good speed on the bases. Zamora from the stretch, checks Lopez at second, and the first pitch, great swing by Albritton, but he fouled this one back, got out ahead of it just a bit. Carrero not holding McAdon at first, so Mac will get an opportunity to get a big primary and then an even bigger secondary lead. Albritton hits the ball very hard, took a big rip at the first pitch. Here's the 0-1. This one misses low to even the count. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 men on. And now Zamora steps off, wants to go through the signs again. Albritton never stepped out of the box. He is ready. And here's the pitch. High fly ball, well hit down the right field line. That is going to be on the ground. Lopez had to hold up, make sure it wasn't caught. Now he's rounding third. Throw to the plate will be cut off, and the Eagles are on the board. That is an RBI double for Caleb Albritton. McAdon goes to third on that hit, and it is now 2-1 in favor of Florida National.
Number 28, David Quevedo.
The wind blowing across the field toward the left field corner might have held that one up and may have also kept it in fair territory. And Valdez came pretty close to making a terrific running catch. He did that one time yesterday, ball not hit quite as deep, but made a fabulous running catch in that game that ended up going down as a no contest. So now Quevedo has a chance to at least tie the score. He has 2 men in scoring position and 1 out. Zamora's first pitch, good rip by DQ. Looked like he was trying to go the other way, and he fouled it off. David Quevedo, 333, 1 homer, 13 RBIs, and a chance to make it 14, possibly 15. That would put the Eagles ahead. Here's the 0-1, and a fastball misses a little bit high. Wind starting to gust a little bit more. It's been off and on since we got here about an hour ago. Got about an hour and a half ago. 1 ball, 1 strike, and the pitch, and this one misses up high. McAdon hit by a pitch. He's at third. Albritton, the RBI double right down the right field line. He stands at second. Lopez led off with a base hit. He has scored. It's 2-1, Eagles trailing. And here's a 2-1 to DQ, and it misses low and outside. Bright sunshine, but right now the sun hiding behind a great big puffy white cloud directly over the field. 3 balls, 1 strike, good count for Quevedo, and the pitch called strike 2. An excellent pitch by Zamora. Didn't give in to the cleanup hitter, or check that, number 5 hitter. So now a full count, like we said with Jacob Burr a half inning ago. This would be a huge strikeout if Zamora can pick it up. That would make 2 outs and a chance for him to get out of the inning. Obviously, Eagles and I hoping for a ball at least to the outfield to get home a run. Here's a 3-2 and a high pop-up. That will not get it done. Over near the first base bag and caught by Carrero, and that is out number 2. So it wasn't a strikeout, but Zamora does get that big out without the runners advancing and the tying run staying at third base, at least for the time being, as Jaron Sweeney steps in. He's batting .224 with 12 runs driven in and 9 runs scored. He's going to take a base hit now to bring that tying run in from third, and the first pitch misses low and outside. Perez Collazo had to come out of the crouch to keep that one from getting by him. So Sweeney ahead in the count, has a pretty good gap in right center. Here's the 1-0, and again, this one caught the outside corner, my mistake. I have a pole directly in front of me, I have to peek around that. Makes it a little difficult sometimes. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Sweeney digs in, Zamora delivers, and Perez Collazo with a terrific block. All right, Mr. Perez, you can tell him to let that one go next time. In case you missed it, Mr. Perez is here. He's Steven's father, the Conquistadors catcher, does the filming for FNU. Been here every time the Conquistadors have come to Trinity. And here's a 2-1. Line drive, well hit. That is going to be caught on the slide on a beautiful play. Sergio Rivas left his feet, caught the ball, and robbed the Eagles of 2 runs. Jaron Sweeney has had that happen to him quite a bit of late, lacing the ball hard only to have it find some leather, and that ends the inning. Unfortunate break for the Eagles, but a great play by Sergio Rivas, and after 1, FNU leads it 2-1. A lead-saving sliding catch by left fielder Sergio Rivas ended that first inning. Jaron Sweeney laced it into left, only to find it hit the glove, and now Jacob Burr starts the second inning with a breaking ball missing low and outside. Ezekiel Valdez at the plate. He's followed by Jorge Hernandez and Yasiel Perez and Rivas if anybody gets on. Here's the 1-0. And he does not get the call, and again, he takes a long look in at the umpire. Ezekiel Valdez leading off top of the second, 2-1 in favor of the Conquistadors. Here's a 2-0 pitch, and this time Burr gets the call. Valdez is hitting 198, but he's gone deep twice and driven in 20 runs. Here's a 2-1, and a high pop foul out of play, and Burr's come back to run the count even. We Eagles fans have seen that happen to our guys all season long. Drives like that caught on a slide or a dive or directly at a defender. Here's a 2-2. Check swing, and did he go? And the first base ump says no. Tough to tell from up here. And the count is full. Good job by Valdez to hold up. It's not easy to stop that swing. Here's the 3-2. Chopper towards third. McAdon fields the high hop, throw to first in time, and he threw it right into the wind. And that can make the ball do some funny things, but Fry was able to make the catch with ease. So 1 out.
Number 5, Jorge Hernandez.
Jorge Hernandez at the plate. Hernandez at 290 with 8 RBIs, bases empty, 1 man out. Burr delivers a first pitch, a beautiful curveball for strike 1. No balls and a strike. And Burr winds and delivers a chopper toward the Eagles dugout, and it's 0-2. Next weekend's series against Edward Waters is the season finale for Trinity Baptist College. Still waiting on final word of exactly where that South Region tournament will begin. Here's the 0-2, and this is a good pitch by Burr. Tried to get the hitter to chase, but Hernandez did not bite. Burr climbing the ladder. Missed high, and it's 1-2. Final word still to come from the NCCAA. A breaking ball, and again, Hernandez held up in time. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Jacob Burr, freshman from Orlando, on the mound and ready to pitch the 2-2. Strike 3 called right down the middle. Hernandez knew it, and that is out number 2. That's the first strikeout for Jacob Burr. 2 outs, bases empty for shortstop Yasiel Perez. 288, 5 runs driven in. Of course, every time I say Yasiel, I think of Yasiel Puig, now of the Cincinnati Reds, and that was a pretty surprising trade. Dodgers let Puig go to Cincinnati. Or spelled differently, Puig with a Y, Yasiel here with a J. This pitch, curveball that stays up a little high. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, bases empty, top of the second, and Burr delivers. Hard line drive past Fry into right field for a base hit. The Conquistadors not trying to do too much. They're taking the ball the other way. All 4 of their hits so far have gone to right field. 2-out base hit for Perez, and here is the left fielder Sergio Rivas. He's already done some damage with the glove in left field. He robbed Sweeney of a 2-run at least single, maybe extra bases, especially if the ball got by. 1 on, 2 out. Number 9 hitter at the plate. A chopper towards second. Sweeney will go the short route. And that soft toss, almost a little bit late. Perez hustled all the way. Eagles do get the out, 4-6. And that ends the inning. 1 hit, 1 man left. We go to the bottom of the second. Eagles trail 2-1. Bottom of the second, 2-1 in favor of Florida National. Fry, Rogers, and Almodovar due up for Trinity Baptist. 2 runs in the first for Florida National. Trinity got 1 run in the bottom half of the first. Jose Zamora allowed 1 hit, 2 hits rather, nearly 3 if not for Sergio Rivas in left. So Fry will lead things off, batting .278, 4 runs driven in. He's 5 out of 18 on the season. He has scored 6 times as well. Here's a pitch, and it misses well out of the zone, low and away for ball 1. Fry takes very good swings. Hits the ball hard most every time. Here's the 1-0, and he takes it downstairs. So well ahead in the count, 2 balls, no strikes. Zamora delivers and gets the strike on the outside corner. Jose Zamora, a freshman from Hialeah, Florida. That's a hometown of Florida National University. Pitching for his hometown school, the 2-1 misses low for ball 3. Zamora stands at 6'1", 165 pounds. Dr. Kropp Senior High School product. Here's a 3-1, and ball 4 misses outside. For the second straight inning, the Eagles have the leadoff man on. That's the first walk for either pitcher. Mark Rogers at the plate, handles the bat well, will get the bunt down much more often than not. He's hitting .273, 6 runs driven in. Another man that worked his way into the starting lineup midway through the season, and he's been very effective. Let's see if he squares around or takes a full hack. He does show bunt, pulls it back as the pitch was a strike, but not really where Rogers wanted it. Now make sure it's a good pitch to bunt, just like when you're swinging. So no balls and a strike. Fry, pretty good lead off first. Again, Rogers shows bunt, gets it down. There will be only one play. To throw to first in time. And Zamora, recognizing third base, left wide open, hustles over to keep Fry at second base. Also a nice play by Hernandez, the third baseman, to get that out at first. And credit Zamora with some heads-up fielding, as again, he got to third to cover, just in case Fry had thoughts of trying to go another 90 feet. Well, one out, Jordan Almodovar at the plate. .229, 9 runs driven in, has an opportunity to make it 10, which would tie up the ball game. Left-hand hitting catcher takes the first pitch for a strike. Almodovar from Deltona High School in Deltona, Florida, one of the many freshmen on this roster. This team has really come together in the second half of the season. If they stay together for 4 years, they're going to make some noise. Almodovar bunts. Zamora will go to first. A throw a little bit off the mark, but a nice job of footwork by Carrero. He held the bag and got the out, so a sacrifice bunt. 1-3 on the putout. That puts Fry at third, and Brian Lopez has a chance to tie it up. Our senior from Clearwater, Florida's Lakeside Christian High School. Lopez led off the ball game with a base hit in the left, and there's another one in the left, and this one does tie up the ball game. You know Brian is pumped up today. RBI single for Bilo, and we're tied at 2. So the 2 sacrifice bunts pay off. Lopez now 2 for 2 with a run scored and a run driven in. Kristen Amlog went down on strikes in the first. He has good speed at first base, but there are 2 outs. Here's the first pitch from Zamora. Misses up and in. So 1 ball, no strikes. And here is the pitch, and this one misses upstairs for a count of 2-0. I was talking to Mr. Perez between innings. Steven Perez Collazo, a transfer from Voorhees College. I thought I'd recognize that name before. Played against Trinity as a member of Voorhees last year. Ball 3 again misses up high. Second season of baseball for Florida National. Coach Carrillo has been the only coach. That's the case for Coach Copeland, who's about to finish up season number 5. Here's a 3-0. Ball 4 puts Amlong aboard. 2 walks in the inning. The first one came around to score. And let's see if Nick McAdon can tack on a go-ahead run for the TBC Eagles. Fry walked to lead off the inning. 2 sacrifice bunts put him at third. The base hit by Lopez tied the ball game. And now McAdon, after the walk to Amlong, has a chance to give the Eagles their first lead of the day. Big gap in right center for Mac, and the pitch is line drive again, right at the shortstop. He goes to second, but that was already out number 3, and another very hard line drive caught with 2 outs. And that ends the inning. But the RBI single from senior Brian Lopez ties up the ball game. 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 men left, and after 2, it is 2-2. We go to the top of the third, tied at 2. The Eagles fell behind 2-0, but have come back with single runs in the first and second. And that's where we stand. Florida National got 2 in the top of the first. RBI single by Steven Perez Collazo, who's now just 2 hits away from 100 for his college career.
Number 6.
Some of those hits at Voorhees, the bulk of them with Florida National the past 2 seasons. So he was at Voorhees 2 years ago, the junior catcher. Here's the first pitch from Burr, and a good curveball in there for strike 1. I always enjoy talking to the fans and getting some of the information that we can relay. Now that's an accomplishment. 100 hits, not even through your junior year. No balls and a strike. Jacob Burr winds and delivers, and a high drive. That one had plenty of distance, but hit her well out in front and foul. This is David Sarmento, who started off the ball game with a ground out to the second baseman. Hello to Mr. Robert Herrera. Glad I got to meet you in person last week. Always enjoy seeing your name pop up on the screen. 2-2 in the top of the third. Joe Jacobs letting us know he's watching. Every so often I'll check to see who drops us a comment in the top chat. Here's the 1-2 from Burr, and a good swing by Sarmento, and he's able to make contact and stay alive. Third inning just underway. This is a leadoff man, David Sarmento. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Burr delivers, and a foul ball off the batter's foot. That one hit Sarmento, looked like the left ankle, and he's going to walk around, and umpire, pitcher, and catcher, good sportsmanship. We'll give Sarmento a chance to shake that one off. These are tough guys on the field. Long, slow walk back to the plate by the umpire again, mainly to let the hitter have a chance to regroup. And now the umpire talking to the Eagles dugout, not sure what for. Well, maybe he needs some baseballs. Ryan Heller doing the honors. So everybody heading back into position. 1 ball, 2 strikes on David Sarmento. Very nice 314 batting average, 0 for 1 so far today. Here's the 1-2. And Burr tried to get him to chase, but Sarmento didn't, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. First batter of the third inning. Chopper towards third, Macadon, throw to first, in time. Sarmento kind of reached for that curveball, and Macadon making some good, strong throws so far today, and that is out number 1.
Number 3,
It's already the third play by the Eagles' third baseman. 1 out, base is empty. Here's Giancarlos Rodriguez, who singled and scored in the first. Burr's first pitch, a beautiful curveball for a strike. The White Sox and Tigers are rained out in Detroit. They will not play today. The Royals and Yankees getting ready to start in just a little bit. This pitch misses low and outside. Masahiro Tanaka for the Yankees. Phil Meyer for Kansas City. That ball game will start in about 15 minutes. High pop up and out of play to the left side. Mets and Cardinals at 2:15. Flexen against Michaelis. Diamondbacks and the Cubs at 2:20. Zach Greinke against Yu Darvish. Here's the 1-2 from Burr. Ground ball towards Sweeney at second. Should be an easy play, and that's out number 2. Well, Jacob Burr had a little trouble in the first, gave up 3 consecutive hits and 2 runs, but since
Number
then
21, Jorge.
he has retired 6 out of 7. and has 2 outs with the bases empty, with Jorge Carrero coming up in the top of the 3rd. Minnesota at Baltimore at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Barrios against Straley. Giants and Pirates, Holland against Tyon. There's a strike to Carrero. Got himself a base hit and scored on a wild pitch in the 1st inning. Burr gets strike 1 and delivers a curveball and caught the corner for strike 2. Toronto at Oakland, Shoemaker against Fires. Braves and Cleveland have a doubleheader. Tehran and Kluber in game number 1. As Burr winds and delivers the 0-2, and a fastball misses up and away. Toussaint against Trevor Bauer in game 2 between the Braves and the Indians. An interleague doubleheader. Don't see that a whole lot. Here's a 1-2 from Burr. Curveball misses up high. Red Sox at Tampa Bay. Porcello against Morton. That should be a really good matchup. Max Scherzer against Urania. Nationals at Miami. Ryu and Anderson. Dodgers against the Brewers later tonight. Here's a 2-2. Another high chopper, and this one's going to be over the head of Macadon and into left field for a base hit. Nothing Macadon could do about it. That ball bounded high. We got a whole lot of rain on the field yesterday, but it has dried up, and that hardens up the clay. And that's what happened, and Macadon, again, no chance to make a play. So a good clean single for Carrero. That's his 2nd hit. And it brings up Perez Colazo, who had an RBI single in the 1st. So 2 outs, a runner at 1st. Hit number 5 allowed by Jacob Burr. Breaks a string of 6 out of 7 retired, and here's the pitch, and this one is fouled off. No balls and a strike. Twins and Orioles, Perez against Cobb. Astros at Texas, Cole and Sampson. Nola and Senzatella, Philadelphia at Colorado. Here's the 0-1, runner not going, and a pitch that misses down for ball 1. Cincinnati's in San Diego, Castillo against Lauer. Seattle at the Angels, Kikuchi against Trevor Cahill. 1-1, runner at 1st, 2 outs. And this one misses low and outside. Wind started to pick up once again, shifted a little bit, started blowing out towards the left field corner. Seems to be a little bit more across from right to left, more towards the foul line now. 2 balls and a strike. Of course, it's been off and on all day, that wind. Here's the 2-1, and a ground ball towards second, and Sweeney this time with a flip towards second, and that ends the inning, going with his momentum and made a much stronger flip to retire the side. 1 hit, 1 man left. Go to the bottom of the 3rd, tied at 2. Bottom of the third, tied at 2, and Coach Carrillo has a new man on the mound. This is number 14, sophomore Evan Lawless, who comes in with a 7.28 ERA and a record of 3-6, 47 innings pitched, 38 earned runs out of 52 total. Lawless has allowed 61 hits while walking 28 and striking out 35. He will have the heart of the batting order for the Eagles due up in the bottom of the third. Caleb Albritton, David Cavedo, and Jaron Sweeney. 2 runs in the first for FNU, a single run in the first and 1 more in the second for the Eagles. That's a scoring summary so far. And Evan Lawless takes over for Jose Zamora, who went 2 innings, allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, both of them earned. He wrapped 2 and struck out 1. So here's Caleb Albritton, who had himself an RBI double right down the line and came close to the 340 mark his first time up. Lawless's first pitch, line drive towards short, and that's going to be a leaping catch by Perez. Albritton got that one off the handle. It looked a little better at first, but a nice play by the shortstop Perez. Left his feet, but Perez, a big man at short, made the catch. One out for David Cavedo. Perez stands at 6'1", and he was able to get up into the air and keep the ball out of left field. The first pitch to Cavedo, missed low and inside. Cavedo 0 for 1, a pop up to the first baseman his first time up. Tried to go the other way and followed this one off, and the count is even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lawless got the first man he faced. And a swing and a miss. Cavedo trying to drive that one a long way. 1-2. See if he shortens up, just tries to poke one somewhere. Swing and a miss. He pulled off the breaking ball, and that is out number 2, and a nice pitch by Evan Lawless.
Number 2, Jaron Sweeney.
Well, Perez Colazo lined up outside, and the curveball hit the target. Cavedo pulled off it just enough, and Lawless got the strikeout. Here's Jaron Sweeney, who was robbed on that sliding catch in left his first time up. Shows bunt, trying to bunt his way aboard, and he fouled it off. That would have been a 2-run extra base hit for Jaron Sweeney had the ball gotten by Sergio Rivas and left, but he made a fantastic play. Sweeney trying to bunt his way aboard on that first pitch. 2 outs, bases empty. Eagles' first look at Evan Lawless. Here's the 0-1, and this one is fouled off to the left side. Shaking on your screen, that's due to the wind that keeps on gusting and going on and off. Dean does everything he can to try to keep it as still as possible. Calm down now as we speak. Here's the 0-2, and this one misses inside. Perez Colazo setting up on the outside corner, had to reach back, tried to frame it, but didn't get the call. So the 1-2 from Lawless, and this one misses upstairs. Lawless, sophomore from Ocoee, Florida, stands at 5'11", 160. Here's the 2-2, and he got him. That was a good tailing fastball, looked like possibly a cutter, and Lawless strikes out 2 in the inning. And the Eagles go down in order after 3. We're tied at 2. Jacob Burr has allowed 2 earned runs on 5 hits through the first 3. He will face 5, 6, and 7, Raymond Mendez, Ezekiel Valdez, and Jorge Hernandez. 3 of those 5 hits all came in the first inning, but Burr has really settled in. He has retired 6 of the last 8 hitters he has faced. Here is Mendez, 0 for 1, a ground ball to end that 2-run first inning for the Conquistadors.
Number 42.
2-2 as we start inning number 4. First of 2 7-inning ball games here this afternoon. Burr delivers a first pitch and a changeup had the hitter out in front. When game 1 ends, we'll stop the live feed. Game 2 usually starts about half an hour later. We'll start up a brand new feed when game 2 is ready to begin. Here's the 0-1. And that pitch looked good from up here, but again, Burr not getting the call. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Almodovar blocks my view of the plate. I don't really have a great view of the exact corners. Here's a 1-1, and this one is fouled off to the right. Not a single cloud directly over the field as we speak. Beautiful blue skies. Temperatures around 70 degrees here on the west side of Jacksonville. Here's a 1-2, and this one misses upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Both bullpens very quiet. Of course, the Conquistadors have already made 1 pitching change. Jacob Burr usually finishes up what he starts. Does not get the outside corner, and the count is full. Burr has 6 complete games this season. 5 of those have been wins. Here's a 3-2. Ball 4 misses up and in, and the leadoff man is aboard for FNU in the 4th. Runner at first, nobody out for Valdez. He grounded out to the third baseman his last time up. We're going to have a pinch runner at first base.
Number 22, Ezekiel Valdez.
See who this young man is at first, running for Raymond Mendez. Mendez, the DH, so this is not a courtesy runner, this is a pinch runner. Can't see the back of the jersey to see which gentleman that is at first base. Burr from the stretch, throws over, and the runner's back. Runner at first, nobody out. Here's a pitch on the way, and Burr gets the strike. I saw that correctly. It is Edis Landy Augusti at first. Throw over to first, and the runner's back in time. No balls and a strike on Valdez. Good lead off first. And the pitch. Ground ball could be 2. Rogers to second for 1. The relay throw is in the dirt. And Valdez safe at first. The throw had him beat, but it skipped over the glove of Fry. Well, the Eagles do get the lead runner at second, 6-4, 1 out, and a fielder's choice credited to Ezekiel Valdez. Throwing that ball into the wind, and that's the tough thing to do, especially when the second baseman has to turn and pick up the first baseman right away with a runner bearing down on him. So Jorge Hernandez at the plate. He was called out on strikes, his only time so far. So does Valdez at first. And the first pitch from Burr swung on and missed under the glove of Almodovar. Not a foul ball. The ball did not hit the bat. Burr gets the strike, but that'll be a wild pitch, allowing the runner to take second base. Third wild pitch uncorked by Jacob Burr here today. No balls and a strike. Potential go-ahead run now in scoring position, and Burr gets strike 2. Hernandez 0 for 1. Has a chance to put the Conquistadors back in front. They led 2-0. It's now 2-2. Strike 3 and a beautiful curveball from Jacob Burr. And that's the second time he has gotten Hernandez. And just like the first time, Hernandez knew it. And that's 2 outs. A great pitch by Jacob Burr. And now a chance to leave that potential go-ahead run stranded at second base. Here's Yasiel Perez, who singled into right his first time up. Another base hit would very likely score that go-ahead run. A lot of room on the ground on the right side. Sweeney holding the runner close, and now the first pitch. A high chopper, going to be tough for Mack. He fields, throws on the run, and the ball gets by Fry, and the go-ahead run will score. Also on the play, Perez takes second. That'll be an infield hit for Perez. He ends up at second. No RBI. Valdez scores on the overthrow that allows Perez to take second base. So that'll be an error on the third baseman Macadon. 3-2. Florida National with Rivas at the plate. Perez hustling, he beat that throw to first, and then the ball got away, and that allowed the go-ahead run to score. So the run unearned at the moment, but on the board. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch in there for strike 1. I say at the moment, because if Rivas does something that would have scored the run from third anyway, that run changes to earned. Of course, the approach is different. Can't really say what would have happened. Here's the 1-1. And that one misses upstairs. The approach from both pitcher and hitter could be slightly different with that runner at third base. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs. 3-2, Florida National, 1 run is in. Time called. Rivas asks for time, steps out of the box. Everybody now ready. And Burr delivers a 2-1. Swung on and missed. The ball gets by Almodovar. And Perez on his way to third. That'll be a passed ball charged to the catcher. Well, Burr got the strike and is 1 strike away from ending this inning. Now all Eagles infielders back in regular position. Macadon not holding the runner at third. There are 2 outs. Just concentrate on getting the batter. Burr will go from the stretch with the runner at third. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner, and that retires the side. 1 unearned run, a walk, 1 hit, 1 error, and we go to the bottom of the 4th, 3-2 Conquistadors. Lane Fry will lead off for the Eagles in the bottom of the fourth as they trail 3-2. Mark Rogers, Jordan Almodovar to follow. If anybody gets on, we know Lopez would like to have another chance to drive in a run. There's a first pitch chopper right at the second baseman, Rodriguez. An easy play for out number one. One pitch, one out. Evan Lawless starts his second inning of work. Had a 1-2-3 bottom of the third, including 2 strikeouts. Mark Rogers steps in, no official at bat. He laid down a very good sacrifice bunt an inning ago, and that ended up leading to a run. Base is empty, and this one just missed the batter way inside. Lawless throws pretty hard. Sophomore from Ocoee, Florida. 1 ball, no strikes. And a high pop fly right behind the second base bag. Rodriguez battling the wind, but he's there. And with 3 pitches, Lawless has gotten 2 outs. I lost that ball in the sky for a moment. Rodriguez did not. And there are 2 outs with the bases empty for Jordan Almodovar. Here's where Jordan wants to take pitcher 2 if he can. You don't want to give that pitcher a 4-pitch inning if you can avoid that. Here's a first pitch from Lawless, and this one misses low and outside. You want to at least give Burr a chance to rest his arm before having to go out there again. Here's the 1-0, and a good drop ball that might have dropped a little too much, and it's 2-0. Almodovar digs in, the 2-0 on the way, 1 hopper in the left field for a base hit. Just under the glove of shortstop Perez. Almodovar has himself a 2-out single. Brian Lopez has already hit twice, scored once, driven 1 in, and Jordan Broden will be the first runner for the catcher. Usually the case. And Broden does the courtesy running. Very good speed. You can see if Coach Copeland puts that speed to use. Lopez has been hot, 2 for 2 so far. First pitch, fastball, misses upstairs. Almodovar squirts that ball, a 1 hopper, right under the glove of Perez at short. It's first time that Lawless has to go from the stretch. Here's the 1-0, and this one misses. He dropped down from the side on that one. Lawless got the first 5 Eagles he faced, and then a base hit by Almodovar. Broden running at first. 2 balls, no strikes. Lopez ahead in the count. And this one misses up and in, and Broden is already walking back towards first. May have missed an opportunity, but the ball didn't get away from the catcher that much anyway. Broden bluffed on the pitch. Now with 3 balls, no strikes. Lopez, a well-disciplined hitter. I'm guessing he'll be taking all the way. It's not a guarantee. Broden shortens up the lead. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Gets by the catcher. Lopez is aboard, and Broden will take a turn around second and stop right there.
Number 9, Christian
A 4-pitch walk to Lopez. Broden at second. Christian Amlong has struck out and walked so far. Potential tying run at second. Potential go-ahead run at first. Both very good speed. Amlong with a lot of room in right center. Lawless from the stretch. And the pitch. Laced down the right field line. That's got a chance to drop. It is on the ground. Broden will score. Lopez will trot into third, and that's an RBI single for Amlong. And for a moment, I thought Valdez had made the catch. It ticked off his glove and landed safely, and we are tied at 3. Well, credit Valdez. He did knock the ball down and kept it from getting behind him, and Lopez had to hold up at third. Valdez got up quickly and made a good throw, and the Eagles have runners at the corners. RBI single for Christian Amlong drives home the tying run. All this started after 2 out. Here's Nick McAdon, a chance to put the Eagles ahead, and the first pitch is at the knees for a strike. Ball just did stay fair. Might have gotten some help from the wind to stay fair. Valdez almost made a great catch. Here's the 0-1 to McAdon. Gets away. Lopez on his way to the plate, and the Eagles lead 4-3. Well, Lawless retired the first 5 men he faced, but once he got into the stretch, he's had himself a little bit of trouble. So Lopez scores on the wild pitch. Christian Amlong now in scoring position. The Eagles have scored twice and taken the lead. A ball and a strike to McAdon. Lawless delivers. Chopper down to third baseline and foul. So the count of 1-2 on Mac. He'll head back to the plate. Amlong back to second base. A 2-out single from Jordan Almodovar. A walk to Brian Lopez. The bloop hit by Amlong down the line. Wild pitch, and the Eagles lead 4-3. Lawless delivers the 1-2. Could not get the batter to chase, and the count is even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ball came loose from the Florida National side. And now everybody ready once again. Eagles have an insurance run potentially in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nick McAdon. 2 outs and the pitch. Looper into shallow right. Valdez will make the play to end the inning. 2 runs, 2 hits, a walk, and a man left. And after 4, the Eagles 4, the Conquistadors 3. Very good bottom of the 4th for the Eagles as they took the lead for the first time today. Trinity got 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, 2 in the 4th. Florida National 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 4th, and that's the scoring summary. Christian Amlong tied the game with a base hit to right, and then a wild pitch allowed Brian Lopez to score in that 2-run 4th inning, and the Eagles lead 4-3. David Sarmento, Giancarlos Rodriguez, and Jorge Carrero are the first 3 hitters in the top of the 5th, and Jacob Burr settled in after the 1st inning. Been very good since. Just 1 unearned run in the last 3 innings pitched. That first pitch misses low and outside for ball 1. Sarmento has grounded out twice, once to second, once to third. The 1-0 from Burr, laced foul, and Sarmento well out in front, and the count is even at 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Burr has allowed 5 hits, but only 2 since that 1st inning. Here's the 1-1, and a breaking ball misses outside. Royals didn't score in the top of the 1st. Yankees coming to bat for the first time. White Sox and Tigers are rained out. That Yankee game, the only one going on right now. Here's a 2-1. Outside corner for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, leading off the top of the 5th, David Sarmento. And a pitch, a curveball, stayed a little bit tight, and that fills up the count. 3-5-0 for Florida National, 4-5-2, the line score for Trinity Baptist. Payoff pitch, Burr winds and delivers. Sarmento fouls this one off and stays alive. Wind starting to pick up once again, now blowing back more towards that left field corner. It shifted a little bit, but then it's gone back to its original direction. Another 3-2 on the way from Jacob Burr. Strike 3 called. Jacob Burr with his 4th strikeout. 1 out, big out to get. Sarmento has led off 3 times, and Burr's been able to get him all 3 times. Here's Giancarlos Rodriguez. He is 1 for 2 with a run scored. A 1-run lead for the Eagles. Good job by Burr getting the leadoff hitter in the 5th. Curved ball swung on and missed. No balls and a strike. Burr took a whole lot off that pitch, and Rodriguez way out in front. So after a blazing fastball past Sarmento, the curveball gets Rodriguez, and strike 2 on the outside corner. Burr's changing speeds very well, also mixing up locations. And he's ahead 0-2 on Rodriguez. This one missed down in the dirt. Aaron Judge has just hit a home run to put the Yankees up 1-0. Bottom of the 1st in the Bronx. Here's the 1-2 from Burr. This one, a slow roller towards third. McAdon, double pump, then the throw is in the dirt. And Fry could not dig it out, and that will be an error on the third baseman. McAdon had a little trouble getting the ball out of his glove. The throw still had the runner beat, but in the dirt. And a 1-out base runner for Rodriguez. That's error number 3 on the Eagles. The last one read.
Number 21, Jorge Carrero.
Try that again. The last error led to the go-ahead run 1 inning ago, but then the Eagles came back to reclaim the lead. Runner at first, 1 out. Here's Carrero. First pitch in the dirt. Almodovar could not block it, and Rodriguez takes a big turn around second. That is a 4th wild pitch thrown by Jacob Burr today. Carrero 2 for 2 with a run scored. A single to right and a single into left. And if he does it again, he has a good chance to tie up the ball game. Burr got Sarmento on strikes to start the inning. The error allowing Rodriguez to take first. He just advanced on the wild pitch. So the potential tying run in scoring position. 1 ball, no strikes. Quevedo backing up a little bit in left, the wind blowing that direction. Lopez usually plays a pretty shallow center field, and Amlong in right, not too deep. Here's the 1-0, and this one misses inside for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Burr gets the sign, checks the runner, and delivers a curveball. And when the 2-0 hitters count, a breaking ball is in for strike 1. Jacob Burr, the count doesn't bother him. He'll throw the breaking ball in any count. Here's a 2-1. This one missed, and Almodovar is able to keep it in front. It's 3-1. First base is open, but the heart of the batting order, number 3 man already at the plate. Perez Collazo waiting on deck. 3 balls and a strike. Curveball misses, and that puts another runner aboard. Walk number 2 issued by Burr. Runners at first and second, 1 man out. Here's Perez Collazo, who has himself an RBI single and a ground ball to second. Also stole a base after that base hit in the first. Almodovar out to talk things over with Burr.
Number 7, Stefan Perez Collazo.
Perez Collazo at the plate. Fry will not hold the runner at first. Macadon well off the line at third with the left-handed hitter at the plate. Rogers and Sweeney will hold back and try to turn 2. Perez Collazo has pulled the ball both times to the right side. Here's a first pitch downstairs and blocked by the catcher. One ball, no strikes. Burr slowing things down with 2 men on, and the pitch misses inside. So the count of 2-0, and Perez Collazo now in the driver's seat. Wind has calmed down for the moment. Here's a 2-0. High pop foul out of play, and Perez Collazo came out of his shoes trying to drive that one. So the count of 2-1. Conquistadors catcher stands at 5'9", 190 pounds, from San Juan, Puerto Rico originally. Chance to tie up the ball game. And here's the pitch downstairs in the dirt. Perez Collazo not chasing, and he is way ahead now, 3-1. With Burr, though, it's not guaranteed that the hitter gets a fastball. He's not afraid to go off speed behind in the count. Lopez playing the hitter to pull in center. Here's a 3-1. This one misses for ball 4, and Burr has walked 2 men in a row following the 1-out error. So now the bases are loaded. The tying run is at third. That's Rodriguez. Go ahead run at first. That's Jorge Carrero. Perez Collazo at first. Carrero rather at second. And a new man in place of Mendez. This is the same man who ran earlier when Mendez drew the walk in the 4th. I had that incorrect. That was not Augustine.
Number 4, Yazir.
This is Yazir Braffhart. He has the bases loaded and 1 out. It was Braffhart who ran for Mendez 1 inning ago. Here's the pitch, a curveball that misses up high. So Braffhart came in as a pinch hitter, a pinch runner rather, in the 4th, now getting his first at bat. Here's the 1-0, and this one misses, and Jacob Burr's having a lot of trouble finding the strike zone. Action in the Eagles bullpen. I see a catcher, but can't tell who's on the mound with that dugout blocking the view. 2 balls, no strikes, nowhere to put them. There's a strike on the inside corner. Braffhart spinning out of the way, but it is strike one. As here, Braffhart, sophomore from Curacao, Wildenstead. 2 balls and a strike. High pop up, it'll go foul. Macedon giving it a look over near the fence and couldn't get there in time. Macedon had to watch out for the fence. The ball hit off his glove and dropped safely, and Braffhart has new life. Wynn took that one away from Macedon. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tying run at third, go ahead run at second. Another man at first. Fry in on the grass at first. He'll come home, so will Macedon at third. Here's a 2-2. Foul tip, held on for strike 3. Huge strikeout for Jacob Burr. 2 outs, bases loaded, and Ezekiel Valdez at the plate. That's strikeout number 5 for Burr, and more importantly, he got the out without that tying run scoring. So now a chance to get out of the inning. We've had an error and 2 walks to load the bases. Valdez reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the 4th. First pitch misses up and in. So Valdez, nothing out of 2. Chance to at least tie up the game for the Conquistadors, possibly put them ahead. Burr with the 1-0. Strike called on the outside corner. Burr very well poised, doesn't get phased. Again, a little trouble earlier in the inning, but now a ball and a strike and a chance to get out of it without a run scoring. Here's the 1-1. Swung on and missed, about the hardest fastball that Burr has thrown today. Let's see if he can reach back and do it one more time. That ball had a whole lot of life on it, and he kept it low, and it got the corner at the knees. Excellent pitch, needs to do it again. Here's the 1-2. High pop foul out of play, and Valdez just reaching across to make contact. Didn't try to do too much with it, and he got himself at least one more pitch. Good pitch by Burr. Good job making contact from Valdez. Now the 1-2. Burr takes a long look, and time called by the batter. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the 1-2, ground ball towards Fry over his shoulder. Took a bad hop. 1 run is in. It's tied, and now the Conquistadors have taken the lead on a very tough break. Fry went down on the ball that was on the ground. It took a hop back over Fry's right shoulder, and that is 2 runs for the Conquistadors. Burr got the ground ball. Can't really blame Fry. That's a base hit. That ball took a major hop on him. Both Rodriguez and Carrero score. The runs are unearned, but the Conquistadors lead it now 5-4. A new batter for the Conquistadors. Gianluca Borelli now at the plate for the first time. Runners at the corners. Here's the pitch, and it misses down low. One ball, no strikes. Borelli at 239. Here's a pitch, and strike 1 on the inside corner. Well, you want to talk about a tough break. Fry was down there ready to make the play, and right as the ball got to his glove, I don't know what it hit, but it took a very weird hop into right field. Here's a 1-1. Good curveball by Burr to get ahead in the count. And that error earlier in the inning has come back to cost the Eagles to lead. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner's going. Burr will step off, throw to second. Amlaw will keep an eye at the runner at third. Now to throw to the plate is not in time. And a successful double steal scores run number 6 for the Conquistadors. That is Perez Colazo taking home on the early steal by Valdez. He also takes second base. They had him going back to first. Now runner at second, and the pitch in the dirt, and that'll allow a runner on his way to third. That is wild pitch number 5 by Jacob Burr. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 6-4 now in favor of the Conquistadors. And the pitch misses up high, and now it is 3-2 on the batter, Gianluca Borelli. Three balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Swung on and missed, and that retires a sign. Well, Burr struck out 3 in the inning, but 3 unearned runs. All score after 2 were out, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. It is 6-4 Florida National. Bottom of the 5th, the Eagles went from leading 4-3 to now trailing 6-4. 3 unearned runs. There was only 1 hit in the inning, an error and 2 walks. Wild pitch as well, and then a steal of home for the Conquistadors, who now lead 6-4. Caleb Albritton, David Cavedo, Jaron Sweeney are the hitters, facing Evan Lawless, who has gone 2 innings so far. He has allowed 2 earned runs. Here's a pitch to Albritton, and this one tailed back over the corner for a strike. Eagles got 2 in the 4th to take the lead, now trailing by 2. Line drive into center field, but that's going to stay up. Another hard hit ball out. That one went right at Sarmento. That is out number 1.
Number 28, David Cavedo.
David Cavedo at the plate has popped up and gone down on strikes. Albritton hit that one very hard, but unfortunately went right at the center fielder. Here's a first pitch. Cavedo pops it up to the right side, and this one will tail out of play. No balls and a strike on Cavedo. Clint Frazier has homered, and the Yankees lead 2-0 after 1. Here's the 0-1, and Cavedo fouls this one off. No balls, 2 strikes. So Clint Frazier Aaron Judge, both go deep for the Yankees in the bottom of the first. That's the only ball game going on right now. 2-0 in the second. Here's the 0-2, and this one misses outside. Evan Lawless looks in for the sign, winds and delivers. Swing and a miss. The ball hits the dirt. There will be a throw. Perez Colazo puts it on target, and that is out number 2.
Number 2, Jaron Sweeney.
Jaron Sweeney 0 for 2, robbed of a hit in the first, down on strikes in the third. NBA playoffs, 76ers at Brooklyn at 3 p.m. The Nuggets and the Spurs at 5:30. Bunted in the air, and saw Sweeney do that his last time up, trying to put his way forward with 2 outs. This one fouled off down the third baseline. The Bucks and Pistons at 8 p.m. tonight. Rockets and Jazz at 10:30. 2 balls and a strike. And Lawless delivers, and a high pop foul out of play. So the 0-2. Now action in both bullpens. Here's Lawless delivering the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He strikes out 2 in the inning, 4 overall. Eagles go down in order in the bottom of the 5th, and we go to the 6th. It's 6-4 Florida National. New man on the mound for the Eagles in the top of the 6th. Freshman Ben Van Sickle. Jacob Burr, 5 innings pitched, 6 runs, but only 2 of those earned. He allowed 6 hits, he walked 3, struck out 6, and threw 5 wild pitches. Ben Van Sickle on the mound. He came in yesterday's game that was ended up washed out and had a scoreless inning. And so officially on the season, Van Sickle, 1 win, no losses, 467 earned run average, making his 14th appearance, all in relief. 27 total innings, 14 runs, 18 earned. Van Sickle has walked 6 and struck out 17. He will face 8, 9, and 1, Perez, Rivas, and Sarmiento, barring any changes by Coach Carrillo. Two in the first for the Conquistadors, 1 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. That's 6. Eagles got 1 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the 4th. And now Yasiel Perez, who is 2 for 2, will lead off the top of the 6th.
Number 10, Yasiel Perez.
As far as I see, that is the only change for the Eagles. Ben Van Sickle on in relief of Jacob Burr. First pitch to Perez is on the outside corner for a strike. And it doesn't count because the game was not official, but Ben Van Sickle yesterday had a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 5th. Eagles then came to bat, but then the rain washed it out. Florida National was ahead by 1 run, 2-1 at that point. 1 ball, 1 strike. Yasiel Perez, base hit to right in the 1st, an infield single in the 4th. Here's the 1-1, line drive towards center. That'll one-hop Lopez, and that's a leadoff single for Perez. That's baseball. Albritton did the same thing half an inning ago, but his stayed up a little too much. It went into the glove of Sarmiento. Lopez had to play that one on the hop. That was a much lower line drive. And a leadoff single, the 3rd base hit of the game for Yasiel Perez. Sergio Rivas is over 2. Five out on strikes his last time. First pitch swinging, I will go second for 1. The relay not made. And the Eagles get the force out at second. Van Sickle did his job. He was covering, ready for the return throw. 4-6 on the putout. Fielder's choice to the credit of Rivas, 1 away.
Number 6, David Sarmiento.
Sarmiento is 0 for 3, called out on strikes in the 5th. Runner at first, 1 man out. First time Sarmiento has come to the plate not leading off an inning. He shows bunt. And the pitch is in the dirt, and that is not McAdon playing 3rd. So there is another change. I believe that is Carlos Sanchez taking over the hot corner, if I'm seeing that correctly. They don't always tell us up here. 1 ball, no strikes. Van Sickle throws over to first. That is Michael Camacho playing 3rd base. The 1-0 from Van Sickle. Good lead off first. Runner's going. The pitch is high. The throw down is in time. Great throw by Jordan Almodovar. He gets the out. Rivas caught stealing. And now there are 2 outs with the bases empty. Pitch was high, 2 balls, no strikes. That was a perfect throw by Jordan Almodovar. Here's a 2-0, and this one misses low. So 3 balls, no strikes. And the pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. Bases are empty, 2 outs. The leadoff single, then a fielder's choice, then a caught stealing. Here's a 3-1, high pop up over near the sideline. Fry in foul territory will give way to Sweeney, who calls him off and makes the play. So not the way we think of it, but there were 3 men up and 3 down, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. Eagles trail 6-4. Bottom of the sixth, the bottom third of the batting order is due up for the Eagles. Fry, Rogers, and Almodovar, 6-4 in favor of Florida National. A 3-run fifth inning, all 3 runs unearned, but they're on the board. They took advantage of an opportunity and pushed across those 3 runs to give them a 6-4 lead. Christian Draper will come to the plate and pinch hit for Fry. So Draper facing Lawless to start off the bottom of the sixth. And the first pitch is grounded towards short. And the throw over to first is in the dirt and dug out and held on by Jorge Carrero. Nice job on the bag by Carrero. And there's one away. Draper came in hitting 244. First pitch out. And Mark Rogers at the plate, 0 for 1, a sac bunt, and a pop-up. Strike called in the outside corner. Evan Lawless came in relief of Jose Zamora, and Lawless stands to be the pitcher of the record should the score hold up. And the fastball misses up and away. So far now, 3 1/3 innings pitched. Couple of hits and 2 earned runs. This one misses upstairs, and it's 2 balls and a strike. He is now retired 5 in a row. Here's a 2-1 to Rogers, and this one is chopped foul. Lawless has walked 1 and struck out 4. 2 balls, 2 strikes. High pop up. That'll stay in play. Lawless is calling for it. He collides with Carrero. And I believe Carrero made the catch. Either way, that's out number 2, or was that Lawless? Lawless has the ball, and there was no exchange, so he's the one who made the catch.
Number 19, Jordan Almodovar.
Jordan Almodovar singled and scored in the 4th. He is 1 for 1, also put down a sac bunt that eventually led to a run for the Eagles. 2 outs, bases empty. Lawless delivers. Almodovar squared around, showed bunt, and took a fastball up high. 1 ball, no strikes. And this one misses outside. Wallace ready with the 2-0. That one lifted into center, but that's going to be an... No, he did not make the catch. Sarmiento may have misjudged that. Almodovar around second, on his way to third. The throw will not be made, and we'll see how that one is scored. The wind may have helped out Almodovar. Sarmiento looked like he had the ball. Almodovar's at third and still waiting on the official word. That looks like that's going to be a triple for Jordan Almodovar. He hit the ball very well, and Sarmiento had to go a long way. Ball tipped off his glove. I thought he made the catch at first, but Almodovar's at third, and here's Brian Lopez at the plate. He is 2 for 2, an RBI and 2 runs scored. Walken scored last time up, and he took a nice curveball there for strike 1. So far, Lopez having a pretty good senior day. Chance to drive and run and pull the Eagles to within 1. Jordan Broden running at third, and this one is outside. Almodovar with his second hit of the day, a single and now a triple. And a count of 1-1. Lawless from the stretch. Swing and a miss. A good fastball on the outside corner. Now Lawless got in the stretch in the 4th, and the Eagles really got to him then. Now let's see how he does with that runner at third. There are 2 outs and a 1-2 pitch. And Lopez makes contact and stays alive. That would be a big run for the Eagles to get at least this one before they go to the 7th. Here's another 1-2 and a high pop-up. I lost it, but it dropped right over our heads. Another 1-2 on the way. Wallace takes a long look in, now ready. The 1-2, called strike 3 on the inside corner. Wallace gets out of the inning without that run scoring. Eagles get a 2-out triple, but could not bring them in. We go to the 7th. It is 6-4 Conquistadors. Top of the 7th, Giancarlos Rodriguez, Jorge Carrero, Steven Perez Colazo are the hitters due up for Florida National. That's 2, 3, and 4 in the batting order. The Conquistadors lead it 6-4. Rodriguez heads to the plate. He has scored twice on a 1-for-3 performance. Last time up, reached on an error that led to 3 unearned runs in the 5th. Ben Van Sickle back on the mound for the Eagles, and the first pitch of the 7th is outside for ball 1. Camacho giving the hitter the third baseline. Here's the 1-0. And this one misses outside. Van Sickle allowed a leadoff single in the 6th, but then a fielder's choice and a caught stealing and a pop-up got him out of the inning facing 3 batters. Here's the 2-0 and right down the middle for strike 1. Two balls and a strike. Is even at 2-2. Rodriguez singled and scored in the 1st, grounded to 2nd in the 3rd. We told you what happened last time up. Here's the 2-2 from Van Sickle. Curveball misses outside. There's action in the Florida National bullpen. I can't see who it is, but we'll see if Evan Lawless comes out to finish this one off. Ground ball hits off the mound right to Rogers. He'll throw to first in time, and a break for the Eagles. That one hit the mound, redirected, and a nice play by Rogers to get the out.
Number 21, Jorge Carrero.
Carrero at the plate. He is 2 for 3. Plus a walk and 2 runs scored. One out, base is empty, top of the 7th, 6-4 in favor of Florida National. Van Sickle delivers a first pitch and misses a little low. One ball, no strikes. Once this ball game ends, we'll stop the feed and start up another one when game 2 is ready to begin. This one's sliced foul. Game 2 will probably begin about half an hour after the conclusion of this one. Final Saturday afternoon home games for the Eagles. Here's the 1-1, and this one misses low. Eagles are at Ed Waters for 2 next Saturday afternoon beginning at 12, but first, next Friday, they will host Ed Waters here at 3:30. The Conquistadors have 2 series remaining. We'll tell you about those in just a moment. Here's a 2-1, and this one is on the corner for strike 2. Florida National is at Ave Maria University on April 24th. That's a doubleheader. And then a 3-game set to end their regular season at St. Thomas University at 6 p.m. on April 26th, next Friday night, and a doubleheader on Saturday the 27th beginning at noon. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout on a very good sinker from Van Sickle. That's out number 2. His first strikeout. He's retired 4 straight, and it brings up Steven Perez-Galazzo. He had an RBI base hit and a stolen base in the first. He has grounded to second, walked, and he's the man who stole home on that double steal in the 5th inning. That gave the Conquistadors an insurance run. Here's a pitch, and this one is fouled off. Florida National University, members of the USCAA. They'll have their playoffs beginning after that St. Thomas doubleheader on the 27th. I don't have the location or dates for that tournament, however. Here's the 0-1, and this one is popped up down the left field line, and that one's going to land safely for strike 2. Looking at fnu.edu/athletics, and that'll pull up the athletics site, and you can click on any of the sports, including the baseball schedule, and get all the information for Florida National University. Of course, our very own TBCEagles.com for Trinity Baptist College. Here's the 0-2, misses inside. That one was off the plate, and it's 1-2. Perez-Galazzo close to the plate, but that one was inside. So Ben Van Sickle delivers a 1-2. This one popped up down the left field line, and this one will be up against the fence, and it will drop safely, almost a replay of what we saw a moment ago. So another 1-2 pitch coming. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 7th, Amlong, Camacho, and Albritton are due up for the Eagles. Hitters 2, 3, and 4. One ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. This one misses high to even the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. High pop up, and this one will get out of play. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Galazzo back in the box. Van Sickle toes the rubber. And the 2-2. Low and inside, nearly hit the batter, and the count is full. Clever Torres has hit a 3-run homer, and the Yankees lead Kansas City 5-0. Payoff pitch, lined into center field, and that is a 2-out base hit for Steven Perez-Galazzo, his second hit of the game. Second hit off Van Sickle, and with 2 outs, runner at first for Yasir Brathart. This will be his second at bat. He went down on strikes when he batted in the 5th. He pinch ran for Raymond Mendez in the 4th. Stayed in the ball game, and now he's been called back. There's another batter at the plate. Wearing number 23, this is Carlos Cartaya, getting his first at bat. He has a runner at first, 2 men out. First pitch swung on and missed. He pulled off that one on the low outside breaking ball. Perez Collazo singled with 2 outs. He's leading off first right now. And Sickle from the stretch, no balls, 1 strike. Throw over to first. And Perez Collazo has come off for a courtesy runner. And here's the 0-1. And a curveball catches the inside corner. And then Sickle's ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, a long look in by the pitcher. Big lead off first. And the 0-2, high pop foul, and this one is out of play.
Oye, ese no es tu picheo. Vamos, wait for your pitch. Let's go.
So no balls, 2 strikes once again. Courtesy runner for the catcher at first base, Marcel Lopez. He's on the move, swing and a miss, strike 3, so no throw needed, and that retires the side. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Ben Van Sickle. The Eagles coming up in the bottom of the 7th, trailing 6-4. Hitters 2, 3, and 4 are due up. Bottom of the 7th, 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Eagles. Christian Amlong, Michael Camacho, who took over for Nick McAdon a couple of innings ago, and Caleb Albritton are scheduled. Conquistadors catcher Steven Perez Collazo with 2 hits here in Game 1 now stands just 1 hit away from his 100th collegiate hit. That's a good accomplishment in your junior year. Now he's the catcher. We'll see if he gets at least an at-bat in Game 2. Here's a first pitch swung on by Amlong and chopped foul. You rarely see the catcher go both games of a doubleheader. It's not completely out of the question. I was talking to Mr. Perez. Hey, maybe he can do some pinch hitting or maybe be the DH in Game 2. I know you'd like to see him get that 100th hit. Here's the 0-1, and this one misses low and outside to even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. And here's a pitch. Down the left field line, but foul. Tough break for the Eagles. Coach Copeland trying to plead his case that it was fair, but that ball took a left turn just in front of the bag. Eagles need at least 1 base runner to bring the potential tying run to the plate. They trail by 2. It's 6-4. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lawless with the pitch. And Amlong makes contact. So Evan Lawless is the pitcher of record. He came in the 3rd inning, has allowed 2 earned runs. If he finishes off or gets some help to do so, he'd be the winning pitcher. This one is up high for ball 2. He has allowed 2 runs on 3 hits. Here's the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the inside corner. Amlog questioning the call, but he is out. Pitch looked inside from up here, but the call goes the way of the pitcher. And here is Michael Camacho with his first at bat. Camacho batting .250, 12 runs driven in, and the first pitch swung on and missed. No balls and a strike. Again, the Eagles need a base runner to bring the tying run to the plate, and this one misses outside for ball 1. Conquistador bullpen quiet at the moment. Here's the 1-1, and this one is behind the hitter and grazed Camacho, and he'll head on down to first.
Number 33, Caleb.
So Caleb Albritton represents the potential tying run. There is 1 out. Quevedo and Sweeney are the next 2 scheduled hitters. Albritton hit the ball hard as last time, lined out to center, and time called.
Keep it low, keep it low.
Lawless from the stretch, and the pitch is a fastball high for ball 1.
Keep it low, but don't play. Keep it low.
1 ball, no strikes. And Lawless delivers and misses up and away for ball 2. Camacho leading off first. He's not the tying run. Here's the 2-0 and a strike at the knees. Good take by Albritton, not the one he wanted ahead in the count. He has a lot of room in right center. Sarmiento shading a little bit to the other side. Here's the 2-1. Swung on and missed, and the count is even at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Wallace a long look in, now the pitch. In the dirt, and that will allow Camacho to take second base, and the ball hit the batter on the bounce. So now the Eagles have the tying run on base. I didn't notice that at first. It hit Albritton in the front of the leg. So 2 straight hit batsmen. Now, barring anything happening from here on, I'm going to call senior Brian Lopez today's player of the game. Lopez 2 for 3, an RBI and 2 runs scored. It is senior day, and he's had a pretty good start to it here in game number 1. Now a conference on the mound. Coach Carrillo. We'll see if he sticks with his right-hander or brings in a new man. Lawless has hit 2 in a row. And Jordan Brodin is going to come out as a pinch runner for Caleb Albritton. So now Brodin officially in the game as a pinch runner. He represents a tying run at first. Very good speed, and it looks like Lawless will have a chance to try to finish this one off. We've seen Brodin courtesy run for the catcher twice. Now officially as a pinch runner in the top, or bottom half rather, of the 7th. Very good speed at first. Camacho runs well. He's at second. David Quevedo, if he can find a gap, has a chance to tie up the ball game. 1 out. Lawless from the stretch and the pitch. This one's in the dirt. Both runners will advance, and now a base hit could tie up the game. 2 hit batsmen and a wild pitch. And again, Quevedo just needs to get one in the outfield and a good chance to bring home the tying run. First wild pitch by by either Conquistador's pitcher today. Here's the 1-0. High pop-up, shallow right field. That should be caught. It's not very deep. And the catch is made by Valdez. 2 outs.
Number 2, Jaron Sweeney.
So it's up to Jaron Sweeney. Now with 2 outs, runners going on contact. A base hit into the outfield is almost certain to score that tying run from second base. 2 outs. Lawless needs to get just one more man. Fry back in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch to Sweeney, and he pops it up. Let's see if it gets out of play. 3 men giving chase, and this one will land safely in the field of play. Jorge Hernandez might have lost that ball in the sun because it landed right behind him. So new opportunity for Jaron Sweeney. Let's hope he can take advantage. He has a lot of room in right center. Sarmiento playing the hitter to pull. A runner at third. That is Camacho. Nobody holding Broden at second. Here's the 0-1. And this one is popped up, and that should end the ball game. Lawless wants to take it himself, and he does. And that is it for game number 1. Final score, Florida National 6, Trinity Baptist 4. Evan Lawless, the winning pitcher. He goes 5 innings in relief. He allows 2 runs, both of them earned. And Jacob Burr will take the loss for the Eagles in his 5 innings. 6 runs, but only 2 of those are earned. Nice job by Evan Lawless. Game 1 in the book. We'll stop the feed now. We'll be back at approximately 2:50, give or take. Watch your screen for the red Live Now indicator as Game 2 is about to get going in approximately half an hour. I'm Ray Bureau. Thanks for joining us here on TBC Eagles.